Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome back to Day Trade with Tony, small account edition. But what I mean by that is this is day 5 of our small account challenge. And we've had a good green day. We've taken 3 trades. 2 went for us. 1 was a scratch trade. Didn't actually do anything. We tried shorting. And we got green, and then it kind of reversed, so we got out for nothing. Obviously, we'll have to pay commissions and charges on that, but all in all, it's been a good green day on the small account. So we started today. It was $3,544 in the account. So based on the fact that I'm trying to grow the account by in the early stages of the account by 5% per day. And the whole point is to show how quickly that actually adds up. So you don't have to be overly aggressive like I am with my main account. Sometimes on my main account a little bit too aggressive, but you can be patient, just taking the right setups at the right time and grow your account 5% as a small account, 5% per day. How that looks over the course of a month, over 2 months or whatever, and just being patient and not getting greedy with the setups, how that looks to grow it. So we've, as I say, we've had a nice green day today. And that green day is $235. So it's about 6.5%, just over 6% growth on that 3,544. So we're already coming, we're growing the account well. We started off with just under $2,500 in the account this time last week. So actually Tuesday last week, given that last Monday was MLK Day. So let's take a look at the trades that we took today. And we'll take a look at the first trade that we took, which was IDAI, or it's T-Stamp. And this started, so this was quite volatile early doors. Let's have a look at this out of the blocks. From about 10:30 market time, it moved up quite a bit. There was a couple of halts, another halt here that it gapped up and then pulled back. Didn't trade it there. Probably should have traded it there. Would have made quite a bit of money. But that's put it on the scanners. That's put it on the momentum scanners. Then it's kind of struggling with the VWAP. It does break above the VWAP and then comes back, tests it a couple of times as support, before then moving up. So this is where we got in just after lunchtime, just after midday. We were able to get in here and ride that up, and we ended up getting stopped out on this green candle as it pulled back, and we made $110 out of that. We took 2,000 shares, so it's actually 2,500 shares, so because we're not getting any leverage on this. Just to put it into context, we've got $3,500 of equity, so we're effectively trading in a cash account. We're not getting any leverage on this, so we could have taken 3,500 shares. We took 2,500 shares, basically because my hotkeys and my hot buttons are wired. I don't have a 3,500 hotkey hot button type thing. So I took 2,500 shares, and then I was able to take some profit off on the way up. And then I put a 10-cent stop in place, and it stopped me out for the rest. So $110, not a bad trade for a small account. It's all about base hits, as it were, and that's a good solid base hits. Then we traded what was Intelligent Bio. So Intelligent Bio, again, we traded this here. So if I kind of zoom out a little bit here, you can see that Intelligent Bio pre-market it went mental. I actually saw this around 40 cents here, about 7.30, 7.40. And I was looking at it, and then it started to pull back, and I kind of didn't bother with it. It consolidated a little while around the VWAP. But when it took off around kind of 8:45, 9 o'clock, it never looked back, and very much a gap and go into the open, into a halt, etc., etc. So I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't trade this, but I'm not going to succumb to FOMO. So anyway, we got in on this one, and we were able to trade this one as well. So we finished trading. So let's go back to IDAI. We finished trading this one here as it stopped, and then we immediately switched our attention to this one as it's moving up. And as it pulled back, we got in and was able to ride that up, and before we got stopped out there, we managed to get $125 out of that. Again, we took 2,500 shares. And not a bad trade. We took some off at the top, and we had 500 shares left in, and we put a 10-cent stop in, and it stopped us out. Later in the day, we did trade Sumo. So Sumo, which is Sumo Logic, this was on towards the end of the day. You see this huge move up into a halt, then head and shoulders. So there's one shoulder, there's the head. I'm thinking, okay, there's another shoulder. So I'm thinking head and shoulders. So as it's pulling down, very bearish pattern. There's the shoulders that we're looking for, and I tried to get in this because as this moved up, I thought, okay, it's going to start coming back down. So I got in this as it broke lows here, and then it started to move up there, and I just got out for break even. So it's a scratch trade. It did actually move up, but we shorted this. So because of the head and shoulders pattern, typically bearish pattern, I thought this was going to come down to at least the VWAP. I had 2,000 shares. I was able to take 2,000 shares on this because I had leverage, but it's a much higher price stock. So I thought we'd get at least 10 cents to the downside, maybe even more. Break of the VWAP. We didn't even tap the VWAP, but you know, managed to get out for a scratch. So that's the small account challenge. That's essentially what we've done today. $235. So another 6%. So by the time we'll finish that, that will give or take probably a little under $200 after fees and charges. So that would be about 5% in terms of what we've made, and we go again tomorrow, an hour before the market opens. So let's see where we get. Hopefully this week we've not been able to get on any kind of parabolic run, and that's what we want to be doing. Is we want to be taking we want to be taking moderate risk, just getting on the good patterns that are breaking out and getting those base hits. If we're getting 5% per day, at some stage during one of these weeks, we're going to get a good mover that's going to let us get 10, 15, 20%. And that's the idea. That one move is the one that sets the account up for more risk, because then you've got the cushion. At the moment, we're just doing the 5% per day. We've not really had a runner that's given us a bit of a cushion to be able to take a bigger size and a bigger risk later in the week or later in the month. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for a good setup and one that has continuation. Right now, we've seen quite a few reasonable setups that we've taken, last Thursday being the exception, but we've not had the continuation. We've had reliable breakouts that we've got the 10, 15 cents, 20 cents in the case today, but we didn't have the leverage to take advantage of that. So we've had breakouts that have given us those base hits, and we've been able to get in and get out, but we've not had the continuation where we'll be able to get in, take some profits, and then ride the rest. And that's what we're waiting for. So we should be able to get one of those hopefully later this week, because this week is going to be volatile. We've got a lot of earnings this week. We've got quite a bit of extra activity on the markets. So hopefully we'll get a parabolic mover. In the meantime, we'll just keep getting those base hits, growing the account. We're now at $3,700. On the account in terms of equity position. That puts us now, what's that, about $2,300 on $23,000 in terms of buying power, up to with a 6x leverage. So that allows us to take some nice sized positions. It's growing the account nicely, very slow, methodical, and that's really what I would recommend anybody does with their accounts anyway. You get one big mover and you can make 50% on your account, or double your account even, if you manage to get that one mover. But in the meantime, just concentrate on those base hits. So let's do it again tomorrow. Small account challenge for 2023. We started with $2,500 at the beginning of this month, and well, midway through this month, beginning of last week, $2,500, and we're now up to $3,700. So we've grown it $1,200 in 5 trading days. Oh, even though one was a 0 trade day, but so $1,200 in 5 trading days is a good start. Of course, that if we keep with the 5% theme, then that will continue to increase, and each day will be more and more, and the equity will be more and more. So we'll come back tomorrow. We'll be looking for $800, $3,500. We'll be looking for 5%. So what's that? 350, 180. Looking for $180 tomorrow. So let's see if we can get $180 tomorrow. That'll be net, by the way. Okay. Catch you there. An hour before the market opens. See you soon. Enjoy your evening.